Mike Cardano with the Roto Experts and the Fantasy Sports Network here with you on Memorial Day weekend. Now, on behalf of everyone here at Anthem Media, I'd like to take a moment to express our gratitude to all those brave hearts who have laid down their lives to safeguard our nation. A heartfelt appreciation goes out to all that have served and to those who serve today. This weekend should be a reminder to all that freedom is not free, it's paid for with the bloodshed and sacrifice of our troops. So a happy Memorial Day to all of you celebrating. Well, hopefully we can get some sun on the East Coast where it's been raining almost every day so you can go out and enjoy your holiday. Maybe some of that much needed rain for those of you in the West who have been dealing with those horrible fires that have taken on a life of their own. All right, now the Memorial Day holiday marks the one-quarter poll of the Major League Baseball season, so we're going to give out some MVP Fantasy Player Awards as voted by you, the viewers, on Twitter. And we had a large number of votes, so we'll give one for each position for each league. Now keep in mind that voters voted for players who are actually playing the defensive position, not those who just qualified from last season's stats. All right, let's get started here. Let's go with the first base position. At first base in the National League, we have Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's batting .315 with 9 home runs, 33 RBI, 35 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases. Now, the runner-up vote getter was Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is hitting .280 with 12 home runs, 34 RBI, 27 runs scored, and a stolen base to boot. Now, in the American League, Jose Abreu gets the nod. Abreu is hitting .260, but he's got 15 home runs, 42 RBI, 29 runs scored without a stolen base. And Albert Pujols is the runner-up in the American League at first base, hitting .273 with 14 home runs, 30 RBI, 31 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases. All right, at second base in the National League, this one was pretty unanimous. It's Dee Gordon. Dee Gordon comes in hitting .296 with a home run, 12 RBI, 26 runs scored, but he's got 25 stolen bases. And the runner-up here was Jose Altuve. Altuve is batting .310 with 2 home runs, 15 RBI, 23 runs scored, and 16 stolen bases. Now in the American League, Brian Dozier got the most votes. Dozier is hitting .257, but he's got 11 home runs with 25 RBI, 41 runs scored, and 12 stolen bases. And the runner-up there is Ian Kinsler. Kinsler is hitting .317 with 4 home runs, 20 RBI, 31 runs scored, and 6 stolen bases. All right, now in shortstop in the National League, only one guy got first place votes. It's pretty unanimous, Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki's batting .380 with 13 home runs, 35 RBI, 44 runs scored, and he's got a stolen base. And the runner-up was Jimmy Rollins. Remember him, J-Roll? Well, he's in a contract year. .276, 6 home runs, 20 RBI, 26 runs scored, and 26 stolen bases. And over in the American League, Alexei Ramirez got the most votes. Batting .316, 6 home runs, 32 RBI, 29 runs scored, and 9 stolen bases. And the runner-up was Alcides Escobar. I don't know, was he the 8th or 9th place hitter? .281, 2 home runs, 17 RBI, 29 runs scored, and 12 stolen bases. All right, over at third base, the guy in the National League has been doing everything: offense, defense, hitting streak. Nolan Arenado. Arenado is hitting .302 with 6 home runs, 28 RBI, 26 runs scored, and a stolen base. And the runner-up here is someone you might not have expected, Todd Frazier. Frazier's hitting .267, but he's got 8 home runs, 24 RBI, 23 runs scored, and 4 stolen bases. Now, Josh Donaldson got the most votes for third base in the American League. Donaldson's hitting .276 with 10 home runs, 35 RBI, 39 runs scored, and a stolen base. And the runner-up vote getter there was Yangervis Solarte. Say that 10 times fast. I bet you weren't expecting him. He's batting .310, 5 home runs, 24 RBI, 20 runs scored without a stolen base. But we're not going to hold that against him. Now at the catching position in the National League, Yadier Molina is doing it again. He's having a fantastic season. Molina's hitting .329 with 4 home runs, 22 RBI, 19 runs scored, and a stolen base. And the runner-up there is Buster Posey. Posey's hitting .279 with 7 home runs, 23 RBI, 18 runs scored. And how about Derek Norris over in the American League? He is on fire, batting .340. He's got 4 home runs, 20 home runs, 15 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases. And the runner-up vote getter there, Yan Gomes. Gomes is batting .280, 6 home runs, 18 RBI, and 22 runs scored. All right, over in the outfield, what we're going to do here is we're going to give you 4. We'll give you 3 position players and 1 runner-up. The top vote getter is pretty obvious. It's Mike Stanton. Stanton's batting .309, 12 home runs, 45 RBI, 33 runs scored, and 4 stolen bases. The second vote getter was Charlie Blackmon. You probably weren't expecting him in the beginning of the season. Blackmon's batting .330 with 9 home runs, 32 RBI, 33 runs scored, and 9 stolen bases. The third vote getter was Yasiel Puig. He's kind of an enigma, but he's putting up the stats. Puig's batting .331, 10 home runs, 37 RBI, 25 runs scored, and 4 stolen bases. And the runner-up vote getter was Carlos Gomez. Gomez batting .298, 10 home runs, 23 RBI, 29 runs scored, 7 stolen bases. And over in the National League, it's a guy that anybody could have had. He went unsigned for quite a while, Nelson Cruz. Cruz is batting .285 with 14 home runs, 42 RBI, 30 runs scored, no stolen bases. Second vote getter, Michael Brantley. Brantley hitting .303, 9 home runs, 37 RBI, 28 runs scored, 6 stolen bases. And the third vote getter in the American League for the outfield is Jose Bautista. Bautista batting .297, 12 home runs, 32 RBI, 37 runs scored, and a stolen base. He's clearly healthy. And the guy who is either on steroids or he's not on steroids, I don't know what he's on, but Melky Cabrera. Melky Cabrera is batting .320, 8 home runs, 23 RBI, 33 runs scored, 4 stolen bases. He is your American League runner-up. All right, over at DH, there really weren't that many choices here. These were pretty obvious. Victor Martinez got the most votes. Martinez is hitting .327 with 12 home runs, 28 RBI, and 23 runs scored with 2 stolen bases, believe it or not. And Big Papi, David Ortiz got the second most votes. Ortiz batting .275, 11 home runs, 25 RBI, 22 runs scored. I'm moving over to the pitching side of things in the National League with starting pitchers. Johnny Cueto got the most votes. He got shelled his last time out, but he still got the best stats and got the most votes. Cueto's pitching to a 1.86 ERA, a whip of .73. He's got 82 strikeouts and 4 wins. And the runner-up there was Adam Wainwright. It was pretty close, and he's having another awesome year. Wainwright's got a 1.85 ERA, a .86 whip, 65 strikeouts, and 7 wins. Over in the American League, those of you who took a flyer on Masahiro Tanaka, it's working out pretty well. Tanaka got the most votes here, 2.39 ERA, a whip of .97, 73 strikeouts, and 6 wins. And Max Scherzer is your runner-up in the American League. 2.59 ERA, a 1.14 whip, 78 strikeouts, and 6 wins. And last but not least, we have the relievers, which almost all of you seem to have forgotten here in this voting process. We got like 20 votes for K-Rod, that's about it. But I want to give a shout out to somebody who's got no saves at all, and that's Dylan Betances of the Yankees. Now, Betances, he's pitched just over 26 innings. He's got no saves. He's pitched to a 1.73 ERA, a .88 whip, but he's got 45 strikeouts. That's more than 15 strikeouts per 9. That's unbelievable. This guy's going to have like 150 strikeouts as a reliever. It's insane. It's insane. All right, I hope you guys all have a very safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. And I'll catch you all back right here on Tuesday.